Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the very first episode of UnShaken TTC and beyond. I'm so glad you found your way here. Whether you're just starting your trying to conceive journey or have been walking this path for a while, this space is for you. Here, you are seen, you are heard, and you are never alone. I started this podcast because I know how challenging and emotional this journey can be. A few years ago, I began my own TTC journey, full of excitement and hope. I thought it would happen quickly, but as the months passed and things didn't go as planned, I felt confused, frustrated, and honestly, a little broken. It seemed like everyone around me was announcing pregnancies, while I silently carried my own struggles and questions. During that time, I realized just how isolating TTC can feel. It's hard when you want something so deeply, but can't seem to control the timing. That's why I created this podcast, to build a sisterhood, a safe space where we can share our stories, learn from each other, and, most importantly, encourage one another. You don't have to go through this alone, and my hope is that this podcast will feel like a friend walking beside you through every high and low. This podcast has two main purposes: hope and help. Hope because sometimes that's the one thing that keeps us moving forward, especially on days when discouragement sets in. And help because knowledge is powerful, and there are practical steps we can take to support our bodies, minds, and hearts while on this journey. We'll talk about everything, from understanding your cycle and boosting fertility naturally, to navigating the emotional ups and downs of TTC, and even handling difficult conversations with friends and family. There will be episodes where I'll share encouragement and inspiration, and others where we'll learn from experts like fertility doctors, nutritionists, and therapists. You'll also hear incredible stories from women who've walked this path before you and come out stronger on the other side. My promise to you is to keep this space real and relatable. TTC can already feel overwhelming, with so much information and emotion to process. This podcast will be a place of simplicity, clarity, and compassion. Think of it as a safe space where you can come to feel understood and supported, never judged or pressured. If there's one thing I want you to take away from today, it's this: you are not alone. Your journey may not look like anyone else's, and that's okay. It's still meaningful, valid, and uniquely yours. You are stronger than you think, braver than you realize, and there is still hope for the dream you hold in your heart. Here, you'll find a community of women walking this same road. Women who will cheer you on, lift you up, and remind you that you are deeply worthy and loved. Even on days when it feels impossible, I want you to know there is always hope. Sometimes hope is quiet, just a tiny flicker, but it's still there, waiting to grow. Thank you so much for spending this first episode with me. If anything in today's message spoke to you, I'd love for you to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you know another woman who's trying to conceive or walking through her own season of waiting, please share this podcast with her. Let's grow this sisterhood together and remind more women that they don't have to go through this alone. You can also connect with me on Instagram or TikTok at the UnShaken TTC, where I share daily encouragement, tips, and updates. That's where we can continue these conversations and build even deeper connections. As we close today, I want to leave you with this: take care of your heart and your body, and most importantly, keep holding on to hope. No matter what today looks like, you are still on your journey, and your story is still unfolding. This is your safe space, This is your sisterhood, and together we will walk this path, unshaken.